What's up, YouTube? It's your boy D back again on a sunny Maryland day. Here with the 2018 Toyota Camry follow-up video, letting you know whether or not, as I approach just shy of 2 years and 17,000 miles, whether or not I would purchase it again. So let's take a walk around the vehicle, see how it held up over the almost 2 years, and I will tell you what I hate about it and what I love about it. Alright, so look, side profile, I just had it washed today. Paint is holding up extremely well. I love that gray mica. Again, holding up extremely well. I will say that the paint on the 2018 is holding up better than the paint on my 2007. At this point, take a quick look at the hood. I'm not sure if you can see it in the sun. I'm hoping you can catch it, or I can catch it on this video. And then I'll do another follow-up video on the thinkware, front and rear dash cams. I'm extremely impressed in terms of how well the interior held up. So you can see the seats, right? And this is the kind of like synthetic leather, but very durable. I've had plenty of people in the car. As you can see, the seats, the interior, with the all-weather mats, still looks brand new. So that's good in case I needed to sell it or trade it in. It retains some of that value. But let's get into the nuts and bolts of this and take a ride. I'm gonna have my sister film me, okay? I love the fact that it's got a decent stereo. Now again, my old JBL was 20 times better than this, right? But it's not bad. So you can jam in here, right? Oh, let me cut that off. You can jam in here. It's got a nice little stereo. It's comfortable as hell, right? And again, it looks, to me, it looks modern. The cabin is modern, but I'm gonna let my sister get in because it's pretty hot out there today. So come on in, let's take a ride. All right, so here's the acceleration. So nice tight steering. So to me, the 4 cylinders, it's adequate enough for everyday commute. And again, keep in mind it is a family sedan. But I do want to show you the lane departure system. So, and YouTube, just to let you know, I am being safe because I have control of the car at all times. But I want to show you this, okay? I'm going to take my hands off the steering wheel, but I'm not going to take it away from the vicinity of the steering wheel, if that makes sense. So it's off the steering wheel, and I want you to see, oh, well, this driver was in the way, but, all right, so now it's going over to the right. I want you to see the lane departure. I'm not touching it. The car is actually steering itself, but it's telling on me because I don't have my hands on the wheel. I'm going to switch lanes here and get in front of this truck. But I want to show you the system again, okay? So I have a car on the left of me. Hang on. All right, so here we go. I'm going to take my hands off the steering wheel, but it's still in the area. And let's see if we can get the car to drift a little bit. Staying pretty, okay, to the left. It's keeping me inside of the lane, but it's now telling on me because I don't have my hands on the steering wheel. I love that because there's 2 things that this car does that I really love. Number 1, it tells on you, right? And it also exposes your bad habits because a couple of times I actually have my hands down here on the wheel and it's touching the wheel, but I don't really have a grip on it, and that translates into the car that I don't have complete control. So it starts binging, it's like the alarm starts going off, telling me, hey, get your hands on the steering wheel and maintain control. So I love that because it corrects my bad habits. The second thing is the lane departure system works really well. In fact, so well that I took a trip and the car was actually steering around corners, and I had my hand off the steering wheel for about 5 minutes. So that system works extremely well. Thank you for that, Toyota. But the performance is really nice. In fact, let me close the sunroof, because you're probably getting some feedback here. But I feel like I can have a nice conversation. I feel like I'm not shouting. And of course, my ThinkWear dash cam is telling me that it's a mobile camera zone, and to be careful so I don't get a ticket.
Mobile speed camera zone.
But the ride quality is another thing that I love, because it's truly Lexus-like. It's soft, it's supple, but at the same time, I don't feel like I'm being bounced around. I feel like I still have control, and it stays tight in corners. There is a little bit of body roll, but it doesn't leave you feeling uncomfortable in the corner, right? It's capable. There's a little bit of body roll, but it's a really nice ride. Like, this car, you can take on a long road trip and you can feel comfortable in it. So the other system that I really like about this car is the intelligent cruise control. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn that on. Right, let's see. Alright, so it is set, and if you can see my dashboard console, all right, there are 3 blue lines between the car in front of me. It went away. So that car in front of me, in fact, what I'll do is I'm going to switch lanes so that Mercedes is in front of me, and let's see if it's moving out of the way. Okay, of course, I can't get the traffic to comply with me while I'm doing a video. Let's see if I can speed up to this Audi, and let's see if we can make it work from here. And who's ever driving this Audi, New Jersey tags, of course. So now the car, okay, here we go. But you know what? They're speeding, so let me get behind this truck here, because the Audi's speeding. So, all right, so I'm behind this truck in front of me. All right, so now the intelligent cruise control is set, right? And it's set on this, I don't know what kind of truck it is. It looks like maybe a Hyundai. But it's set on this Hyundai in front of me, right? And you can see it's going to maintain this distance. Uh-oh. Now this person's speeding up. The only thing about this is, let me see. Now I have to speed in order to okay. If this person speeds up over 70 miles an hour, it's not going to work. So again, the traffic won't comply. But let's say, for example, this car in front of me was doing a steady 70, right? My car will keep a steady 70 at 3 car paces behind this car here. If they speed up, my car is only going to stay at 70, so it's not going to really work at that point. But I wanted to show you that because the intelligent cruise control works really well. Not in bumper-to-bumper traffic, because the system disengages at I think it's like 30 miles an hour or something like that. It's very low speed. But as long as the traffic's at, like, let's say a moderate 55 going up to whatever, this system will keep you 3 car lengths, and you can change that to make it 2 car lengths or 1 car lengths. My standard or default, I would say, is always going to be 3 car lengths behind the car in front of me. So you see now it's starting to speed up. The other thing that I want to point out too is the cameras in the front. Okay, it looks like we're coming into traffic, so I'm gonna deactivate the intelligent cruise control. I'm gonna take over. All right, so I'm the pilot now. The other thing I like about the Safety P kind of option package is the rear collision or the rear traffic sensors, pedestrian sensors, and then the blind spot mirrors. So I don't know if you can pick up on that. Can you see the blind spot? When we pass by this Ultimate, you'll see it light up. Yep. So I like that because now I understand that there's somebody in my blind spot and I don't have to go searching for them. So that's a really nice feature to have. What do you want in a family sedan, right? I want a car that's comfortable. I want a car that's going to be reliable, dependable. Now, I'm going to switch gears for a second because I'm going to tell you what I dislike about this car. And what I may say may shock a lot of people because this is really not common with a Toyota product. But the transmission in here is not up to par with the performance. Well, what do you mean by that? Here's what I mean. It searches for gears. So if there was no traffic in front of me and I wanted to take off, right? The transmission, because it's an 8-speed, it will go through the gears pretty quickly. But let's say that I've got the pedal mashed, it's accelerating, and then I come off the pedal. If it's between gears, I don't know how this thing is configured, but for whatever reason, it wants to just stop it wants to stop while it's going into gear, and then actually go down a gear, which to me makes no sense. And with that, you get a little bit of a kind of like a turbo lag, and then all of a sudden all the power hits. But that's not good. That's not to me, that's not a well-tuned transmission. But it only happens if you're, if you want to floor it. So that was 60 that quick. Again, going through a nice corner, it's capable. The brakes are good. They're a little bit mushy. Right? They don't have a lot of bite, but you can tell that there's a brake assist going on because the brakes kind of pulsate as you're pressing on them. Now, if you had an emergency stop, yeah, they bite pretty hard. Right. There you go. So 4-cylinder. Direct port, fuel injected. It's got some get up and go. Like it doesn't wait around. And by no means is 203 horsepower anything to sneeze at. It's decent for, again, a family sedan. So we're gonna get off. We're gonna go back to where we started, and I'm gonna give you the rundown on whether or not I would buy this car again. Alright, so I want to again make this a very quick video, do just a quick follow-up and let you know that I'm at 17,000 miles, just shy, 3 months shy of 2 years. And again, I gave you kind of like a couple of snippets of what I really love about it, what I don't like about it. But the question is, would I buy it again? And the answer is I would, but I would not buy this model. I'd buy the 4-cylinder XSE. So it's the more sporty one, and I'll tell you why. The difference in the look of the car, plus the additional 3 horsepower, to me, I think it's the better value. Oh, sorry about that. Somebody's riding a motorcycle. But I think the XSE is the better value because it's the looker of the class. It's the more sportier option. Even the interior of the cabin has a couple of extra kind of options that you don't get on the XE unless you order it that way. So, but I don't regret the purchase at all because I think it's still a nice looking car. I get a lot of compliments on it. It again, for a family sedan, 203 horsepower. There's nothing to sneeze at. It's got a great ride. The ride quality in terms of like the interior cabin, it's very comfortable. But again, the gray mica to me is a stunning color. I really like it, particularly when it's clean. But again, I've got all the options in a family sedan that, again, for me works, right? So the safety sense, heat. I've got the 18-inch wheels. I've got the sporty version where it's a great ride and it can handle the corners. Okay, am I going to be drifting in the corners? Absolutely not. Okay, but can I take the corner at 60, 70 miles an hour? My sister's laughing at me, by the way. At 60, 70 miles, absolutely. Okay, the gas mileage I've been keeping track of, so I kind of fill up every 3 weeks. I don't do a lot of driving, but I can tell you this, that I am getting at least, okay, 27 miles per gallon, okay? And that's kind of like a combination of city and highway. I don't do a lot of driving again. I get about 27 miles per gallon. So for me, it works, right? But for all of my friends out there watching this, and I hopefully you're in the market soon to buy a car, looking at the Toyota Camry, go with the 4-cylinder XSE. It is the better value. I mean, I can't emphasize it enough. Go with the XSE. So if I had to do it over again, I'd go with the gray mica or a black, but I'd go with the XSE. So that's it. My friends, be safe out there. Be responsible. Until I see you again.